Hi. Hola.
Hi, here's Mr. Dozy.
This is Michael Bradley.
Hey, I'm Memphis.
Hey.
Hola. Hello.
I'm here with soccer.com.
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 And I'm talking with my friends soccer.com.
See you soon.
Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Nike Tiempo Legend 6 in the latest Elite Pack colorway. Now included with the shoes is the string bag you see right here. It's gray in color with black strings and Volt Yellow Tiempo branding there on the front. And of course, along with the bag, you get the shoes themselves that I have right here. Now in today's video, we are going to take a closer look at the colorway itself. We're going to be talking tech specs, performance features, taking a look at the weight of the shoe, as well as how they fit and feel on feet. So if you are interested in learning more about the Elite Pack colorway of the Tiempo Legend 6, stick around and watch the entire video. If you're interested in a pair of these for yourself, be sure to check out the little pop-up on screen or the first link down below in the description. That'll take you directly to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $210 retail price. So if you're interested, be sure to go ahead and check that out. And with that being said, let's get right into the review. To start things off, let's take a closer look at the colorway. Now this of course is part of the Elite Pack, and if you're familiar with how Nike has run their different models in other lines outside of soccer, you know that generally when they throw the word Elite on a shoe, it means that it's different from the standard variation. That is not the case here. The Elite Pack is strictly a colorway. The reason why it's called the Elite Pack is because 11 of Nike's most elite endorsed athletes will be wearing this colorway, and technically nobody else. So that's the reasoning for the name. Aside from the name, this is just, like I said, a different colorway of the Legend 6, the same as all the previous ones. So with this color, you have a combination of gray, this kind of muted Volt Yellow, and this turquoise color. What's listed on the box is Wolf Gray, Black, Clear Jade, and Hyper Turquoise. So you have this kind of matte finish wolf gray upper, which I actually really like the look of. And then you have some metallic silver on the tongue area, as well as in the heel liner. You have that ghost green color, which like I said, is kind of like a dulled out Volt Yellow in the laces, as well as the outline for the swoosh, as well as the studs. And then black on the swoosh itself, black for the Tiempo branding, and then this clear jade kind of turquoise color in the heel, as well as for the sole plate. Now I say the Elite Pack in general looks pretty good, but I can't say I'm too crazy about the Tiempo variation in this particular pack. The gray is really nice, but the combination with the yellow and this teal color to me just looks a little bit odd. Something about it to me just doesn't really look the greatest, but let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Do you like how these look? Why or why not? And with that being said, let's move on to the tech specs so we can learn a little bit more about the overall performance. When it comes to performance, the Legend 6 is a very, very good shoe. I would say it's the most technologically advanced leather shoe currently on the market. It's my personal favorite. A lot of people ask me if it still is. It is still my personal favorite shoe. If you guys want to watch a video where I explain what my reasoning is behind this being my personal favorite, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen so you can go ahead and check out that video. But basically, it's a kangaroo leather upper with an internal support cage, a one-piece construction, which allows for that traditional fit and feel, but at the same time, the shoe is much more responsive. It doesn't have the same, I guess, sloppiness, for lack of a better word, that you will find from more traditionally styled leather soccer shoes. So it has a lot going for it, and if you're on the market for a pair of leather boots that don't necessarily lack modern innovation, that's kind of what you're getting here with the Legend 6. So we're going to go over basic tech specs in this video. If you want to see the shoes in action or you just want more info in general, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen to my playtest video. You can go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. But basically what you need to know, you have a kangaroo leather upper. The kangaroo leather spans from this side of the Nike swoosh forward all the way through the forefoot and toe box area, and then cuts off at this point right here on the medial side of the shoe. The center portion, where it is all fused, it's not technically one piece, but it's fused with a kind of memory foam synthetic material running through the middle. That does give it this somewhat one-piece construction up until the top two lace holes, which I'll talk about more in just a second. But underneath the kangaroo leather, you have an internal support cage. That's where you can see these little lines that almost look like they're embossed in the leather. It is actually an internal support cage that is flexible. It doesn't really have any firmness to it, that is in between the actual liner and the leather upper, so just on the underside of the leather, and that's what creates the structure for the upper itself. Also the reason why there's very minimal stitching for the leather. Stitching is normally used to add structure to the leather, preventing it from overstretching, but like I said, because of this support cage system, there isn't a lot of stitching that's required. So with this system, what you're going to find is that you don't feel it at all when you're wearing the shoe, which is a fantastic thing. The quality of the leather is very good. It has some decent thickness to it, but isn't overly thick or bulky by any means. You get that nice, soft, traditional kangaroo leather feel as you would expect. But when you start moving a little bit more quickly, making those quick cuts, changes of direction, you're going to immediately notice that the shoe is much more responsive and your foot is much more locked in place than you would normally find from, like I said, a more traditionally styled leather soccer shoe. And that's because of that internal support cage, as well as the one-piece construction, or the one-piece enclosure, I should say. Because the shoe can't open up through the midfoot or forefoot area, it gives you a nice lockdown sensation. It reminds me a little bit of something like a Mercurial Vapor, for example, but quite a bit different in terms of fit. But again, this doesn't allow the shoe to open up. It doesn't allow the shoe to have that kind of sloppy sensation on your foot. And for that reason, I'm just a huge fan of this shoe. I love the feel of leather, but I also like the responsiveness that you can get from a synthetic shoe, and you kind of get the best of both worlds here with the Legend 6. Again, if that's the type of feel that you're looking for. ACC All Conditions Control is also included as a feature. Obviously, laces run through the middle, as you can very clearly see. This is a low-cut shoe, unlike other models from Nike. Some of their top-end ones are mid-cut. This is pretty standard. Internal plastic heel counters, smooth synthetic leather liner with a decent amount of padding back there, all things considered. Insole fully removable. Here's a look at it. It features a nice synthetic suede lining on top, and then it features this yellow foam with pour-on inserts in the heel as well as the forefoot. So you get a pretty decent amount of underfoot cushioning, pretty nice insole overall. And then moving on to the sole plate and stud pattern, you're going to find that it's a standard TPU plastic sole plate, so it has some really good flexibility to it. And as far as the stud pattern is concerned, it's kind of traditional Tiempo. You have your conical studs in the forefoot, bladed support studs running through the middle, and then bladed studs in the heel. Not the most fancy stud pattern out there, but it definitely does get the job done. It's one of my personal favorites to use in that it does provide a good amount of grip when pushing off, but because of the rounded studs, you still have that freedom to twist and pivot when you're on your toes, and you get pretty good stability from the bladed heel stud. So it's kind of a nice modern take on a more traditional style stud pattern, if that makes any sense. Nothing overly aggressive, but like I said, it does get the job done. When it comes to weight, the Legend 6 isn't overly light, but I wouldn't say that they are heavy either. I'm going to weigh this pair for you today in real time using this scale just so you can see exactly what the weight is. Keep in mind that this is a brand new pair in a size 9.5 US. Going to throw them on the scale, and you can see that they weigh in at 8.8 ounces, the equivalent of 250 grams exactly. So they're still in the 8-ounce range. Are there lighter shoes out there? Absolutely. But in comparison to other shoes that'll provide a premium leather feel, this is on the lighter side of things. They have a nice solid sensation on your foot as well, which is something that I really like in a shoe personally. But again, it really does come down to personal preference. If you want that super, super lightweight feel, maybe these aren't for you. But if you don't mind that your shoe isn't the lightest thing in the world, you're unlikely to have any issues with the weight of the Legend 6. All right, so here is a look at the Elite Pack Legend 6 on feet. On my left foot, I have the stock ghost green laces that come with the shoes. And on my right foot, I have a pair of metallic silver reflective SR4U replacement laces. If you're interested in a pair of replacement laces for yourself, the website to go to is www.sr4ulaces.com. If you're interested in checking that out, there'll be a little pop-up on screen, and it'll also be linked down below in the description. So be sure to go ahead and check that out if you're interested in a pair of laces. Now, in terms of how these things fit and feel on feet, they're very comfortable shoes out of the box. Because it is a kangaroo leather upper, as you would expect, they feel nice and soft on your foot, very, very flexible, and it has that traditional leather sensation that so many people still really, really like in a pair of soccer shoes. With that being said, you have that internal support structure that, in all honesty, you do not feel when you're wearing the shoe, but when you do make those more intense movements and changes of direction, you definitely will notice that the upper doesn't have the same kind of stretch that a regular leather shoe would have, so your foot's much more locked in. And again, it's a very responsive sensation that you don't necessarily expect based on how the shoe fits and feels on your foot. Overall, because of this one-piece construction, it is a little bit more snug out of the box than what you'll find from the average leather shoe, but still very, very comfortable and definitely not hard to break in whatsoever. Take your time with them and you should be comfortable after a couple hours of wear. As far as width is concerned, these are going to be suitable for pretty much most people. If you have really, really wide feet, maybe not the best option, but like I said, for most people, these will fit pretty much just about anybody pretty comfortably. And as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing a size 9.5 US, which is a half size bigger than my usual size 9, and that's just because the Tiempo line runs a half size small. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going a half size up in order to achieve the best possible fit. Alright guys, that is it for my review of the Elite Pack Nike Tiempo Legend 6. If you guys are interested in a pair of these for yourself, be sure to check out the review page on my website. You can access that page by either clicking the little eye in the corner of the screen, or it'll be the very first link down below in the description. And on that review page, you will find Buy It Now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these guys up below their normal $210 retail price. If you have any questions at all regarding the Legends, leave them down below in the comments and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.